So hello guys, welcome back to another series explanation video. You are watching Moviestop and today we are going to explain a series which is the Silent Sea. So without wasting time, let's dig into the series. So the water is shown to be finished on Earth at the beginning of the film series due to increment of human pollution. However, this leads to the destruction of Earth, and in the next scene we can see Dr. Kim who goes to meet Dr. Song Jian. However, Dr. Jian is told to be a famous astrologist, and meanwhile Dr. Kim tells Jian that the director Chu has selected him to go to the Balhae station. And Dr. Jian also wants to visit Balhae station because her sister was working in a space agency there. And talking about Balhae station, many years ago, the group of members died because of a gas leakage there. Later, the Balhae station was closed by the government. But Jian's sister had sent a message before dying. In the message, it was written that she will find Luna. However, Dr. Jian also wants to know that what happened with her sister. Meanwhile, Dr. Jian reaches SSA and meets Mr. Han there. He was the captain of this mission. However, Dr. Kim tells everyone during the meeting the government has decided to close the Balhae station and they only have 24 hours to go there for collecting some important samples. Those samples are closed in a capsule where none of them had a single idea about what is inside that capsule. Meanwhile, Dr. Jian asks Mr. Ju about the information that what is inside that capsule, but she tells that because of radiation the information was destroyed, hence she also don't know what are these capsules filled with. Meanwhile, in the next scene, we see they all are ready for the takeoff, and after a while the space shuttle takes off. But eventually, while landing on the moon, space shuttle gets crashed due to some system malfunction. Everyone was fine except their senior expert who broke his ribs due to the crash. However, their suit oxygen level is decreasing rapidly, and moreover, Balhae station was still at a distance of 7 km, and thus they have to reach the station before the oxygen level disappears. Gradually, the condition of their senior was getting worse moment by moment, and he realizes that he won't be able to survive last long, and after a while he dies. However, the other members reached at their stop, means they reached the Balhae station before the oxygen level disappears. Now they have to go to the main command center so they can restore the backup power of Balhae station. Meanwhile, they notices a dead body, and somehow the dead man was also there for only one reason, and the reason is none other than the capsule itself. Moving towards the series, a doctor from the group informs them that the man appears to have drowned. After listening to this, the other crew members became totally confused and questioned like how anyone can die while drowning in the station. However, Mr. Han, who was the captain, tells everyone to move forward. Meanwhile, one of the crew members measures the temperature of the radiation and found that it was totally normal. It indicates that the radiation was never leaked on the Balhae station. However, Dr. Jian says that maybe the government has hidden the truth from all of us. Probably the previous crew member died because of some another reasons. Because looking at the dead body, we can clearly say that the man didn't die of radiation. Meanwhile, they head towards the command center to do all the plannings, which is required to take that capsule. However, while doing all the plannings, they came to know that the station has total 3 levels and 3 storages, and in these storages the samples might be kept there. Although there was a secret storage as well, and only Dr. Jian knows about it because Mr. Khan only told Jian about this. In the next scene, Mr. Han divides everyone in the group, and Dr. Jian tells everyone that they have to check the status after getting the capsule. Later, Mr. Han and his team arrives at a door. Eventually, when they opened the door, the room was surrounded by dead bodies. However, when the doctor examines this, he discovers that everyone died in the same way. Means they all are died due to drowning. However, Jian says that she could find out the reason behind their death. But unfortunately, Mr. Han forbids this and asks them to concentrate on the mission. However, Team 1 manages to get to the storage, but then they are disappointed when they saw the empty storage. However, Team 2 also manages to reach to the storage, but as expected, the room was empty. However, one of the crew members finds a capsule near the dead body and tries to take out the capsule, but in the meantime, he gets infected with the lunar water. So basically, here we came to know that the capsule contains of lunar water. The guy who was infected by lunar water, his condition was getting worse. In the next scene, we see a man named Giksu who was working with a private organization, namely AR, and he was there to steal the sample. However, he tries to trap Dr. Jian, so as the result, she will stay away from the capsule. But instead, Dr. Jian was more interested in finding the capsule, and she leaves to find the capsule, means the lunar water. However, she failed to find the water. However, in the next scene, Giksu head towards the storage to find the lunar water. However, when the torch falls down, he notices a capsule there, which was in fine condition. On the other side, the other group members tells Dr. Jian that Giksu is not replying on the radio. However, she rushes towards the room and she saw Giksu leaving the storage area. But suddenly, someone pulled Giksu inside the room, and when she tries to save him, it was too late. However, Dr. Jian notices a capsule, but unfortunately, she failed to retrieve the capsule because someone ran away with the capsules. Meanwhile, the other crew members arrived and they found Giksu's dead body, although the doctor examined Giksu's body and found multiple fractures. Eventually, they all decide to search in the CCTVs that what actually happened here, and after digging into the CCTV, they found that in that station someone is also there except for Han's crew. On another side, the condition of their group member was getting worse as he was infected with Luna water. The other members goes to check on him, but his condition was deteriorate. Eventually, when the doctor tries to treat him, he emits lots of water from his body and then he died. However, the doctor tells Mr. Han that she hasn't seen this before and she didn't know the real reason for his death. So Dr. Jian says to Mr. Han that we have to collect sample from other dead bodies to know about this. And later they collect samples from other dead bodies. On another side, Mr. Han tries to collect the other information. Eventually he saw a drawing on that deck. However, it seems like the drawing was made by a kid. Suddenly they find a biosignal in their scanner, and while chasing the signal they reach to level 1. However, level 1 was locked and they need a password to get inside. On another side, Dr. Jian also found the Luna storage, and eventually they also traced the signal which was coming from storage 3. However, when they checked with the signal, they found that it was coming from Gisu's body, and the signal was none other than a communication device, which means a satellite phone. Meanwhile, they connected Mrs. Chu with that satellite phone and asked about the access to level 1. However, he also tells her that there aren't any chances of radiation leakage. If she is hiding any information that causes danger for others, then they will abort the mission. However, Mrs. Chu tells Han that there was a radiation leakage, that's why the station was closed for 5 years. On the other hand, she also mesmerized about Han's daughter, who is half paralyzed and needs pure water for the recovery. In the next scene, Dr. Jian is checking the blood samples along with the doctors, and she discovers everything was normal. However, when she cross-checked the samples with his dead crew team, she finds a drop of lunar water on the skin of a dead crew member. And when she synchronizes with her blood, she saw the blood is being multiplied with taking a form of water. However, she accused Mr. Han that he knew about the lunar water. Then Mr. Han said, yes, I knew about it and SSA have done research in this field. If we successfully retrieve the lunar water, we can save millions of people. Meanwhile, Jian tells him that lunar water has taken a lots of life in this station and it's a virus. However, if we find a way to control its symptoms, we can save the world. But for this, we have to go to level 1 to find the lunar water. And in the meantime, it was revealed that the lunar water water was founded by Jian's sister.
And in the next scene, they move towards level 1, whereas they find a storage in the floor of level 1, and when they go through the storage, it was full of lunar water. Meanwhile, they started collecting the lunar water capsule, and all of the sudden they are attacked by a girl who just tear apart a hand of a crew member. However, they all started attacking the girl, and in between this, one capsule broke out, and as a result, the water level starts increasing. After seeing all this, the crew member evacuated the place. However, in between this, one crew member faced a lot of injury and they brought the crew member back to the main station to treat him. In the next scene, Mr. Han tells all of this incident to Director Chu, and after listening to this, Director Chu commanded Mr. Han to bring the lunar water. Meanwhile, Dr. Jian decides to take the data from data storage, and she talks about this to Mr. Han, and she elaborated the situation that lunar water is not stable and that's why they need the data to understand its symptoms. However, Mr. Han agrees with this, and then Dr. Jian and his crewmate head towards the data storage room. But eventually they found that the data was taken by someone else, and now we came to know that one of his crew member was working with a private firm, as he was sending the message that he have the sample. However, when he tries to ship the sample, Dr. Jian arrives and forbids him from doing this. So eventually, when all of the scene was going on, we see the girl there and Ryu tries to shoot him. However, Dr. Jian stops his crewmate and tries to settle down the girl by making her realize that she is not her enemy. But however, Ryu shoots at the girl and the capsule explodes, which makes the girl heal. However, the girl ran away, and she is the only key to know the secrets of lunar water. And they all plan to trap the girl. However, they all know the girl cannot be killed. So Dr. Han asks help from Dr. Jian because she is the only one who can control Luna. On the other hand, Ryu was talking to an unknown person, and that guy told Ryu to kill everyone and meet at gate 7, and he does the same. And in the meantime, the crew member who was injured listens all of this and he tries to warn his colleagues. However, he failed because Ryu notices him and shoots the guy with his gun. In the next scene, when the doctor arrives in the lab, Ryu and the other men went missing. On the other side, they want to trap the girl with the help of lunar water and Dr. Jian, and it went successful. And when the girl tries to escape from there, his foot got stuck in the door and Dr. Jian tries to save him, and then she came to know that her name is Luna 073. In the meantime, Ryu reaches the command center and shuts down the main system, and this situation led Luna to escape from there. However, Dr. Jian goes behind her and reaches a room while chasing her, and then she came to know that this was her sister's room and Luna was living there from a long time, and maybe because of her sister, Luna knew about Dr. Jian. On the other side, Doctor checks the fridge and finds the dead body of her group member. She immediately tells all this to Mr. Han, that Ryu and capsules are missing and the crew member is dead. Eventually, Mr. Han understands everything, that Ryu is an imposter. Meanwhile, when a crew member was repairing a command center, Ryu came there and stopped him while doing so. However, he also killed the crew member while bursting the lunar water in his face. In the next scene, we see that Dr. Jian finds a hard disk, and when she opened the hard disk, she discovers that her sister and other group members were testing this lunar water on people, basically on girl child. However, she came to know that due to this test, 72 girls are already dead, and Luna is 73rd girl who survived the lunar water experiment. And we also came to know that their senior were pressurizing them for doing this on people. They felt like if this test will be successful, we can save others. Later, Jian heals Luna's wound with the help of lunar water. At that moment, a group member arrives and tries to kill Luna. However, Dr. Jian makes him understand that Luna will not harm others. In the meantime, Mr. Han asks the crew member to bring them to the lab. And in the next scene, we also see that Mr. Han and the doctor discovers the dark secret of the government. Basically, they came to know that the test was running on kids, and on the other hand, Ryu turns the ventilation system on. Due to it, lunar water starts spreading in the station. Later, they came to the command room and discovers Ryu has killed another member. So while Ryu was escaping from the station, Mr. Han grabs Ryu, and in the meantime, the chamber of the station burst out, which infected Ryu with lunar water. In the next scene, Dr. Jian was elaborating this to other crew members that lunar water was being tested on kids. However, my sister was in this mission. That's why Mr. Chu selected me, because she thought I will never ever reveal this dark secret. Eventually, Mr. Han arrived at the moment and said to evacuate the station. But at that point, we came to know that Dr. Jian was infected by lunar water and she locked herself in a room. However, when she wakes up, she came to know that Luna saved her life, because her DNA works as an antibiotic in victim's body. And in the next scene, we can see that they all are talking to Mr. Kim regarding Luna, that what will happen when Luna will be on Earth. Mr. Kim said that he don't know about this because government didn't disclose anything related to Luna. While discussing this topic, Luna sensed something and asked everyone to follow her, and all of the sudden they saw the water kept bursting out from the station. They quickly ran behind Luna, and Luna took everyone to gate 7. However, Ryu was waiting there, and it was discovered that 5 years ago it was Ryu who left all the scientists to moon for letting them to die. However, the water level was increasing and they don't have enough time. So one of the crew members shoots Ryu and they move to the chamber, and inside the chamber, Mr. Han realized that the chamber cannot be activated from inside. So someone had to step out to activate the chamber. He stepped out for this. However, Dr. Jian tries to stop him, but it was too late for this. Meanwhile, in the next scene, they see Luna was standing on the moon. She was standing without any spacesuit or oxygen, and hence she was breathing without any support system. However, we also see Mr. Han there because Luna saved Mr. Han and gives him the smiley. And here the series ends. I hope you enjoyed the explanation. If you enjoyed the explanation, please do like and subscribe and support this channel, and share with your friends. So let's meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.